Hey again, everybody. So I was just at the coffee shop and I witnessed what looked to me like a very challenging conversation between like a young teen and his what looked like mother and father. I couldn't hear anything about what they were saying. They were outside and I was inside, but there was a good 10 minutes of me observing a son's face being like disappointed at times and trying to express himself at times, and a mom's face amazingly keeping a smile on the whole time. She's one of those great people that has like a permanent smile. I'm forever jealous of people that can keep a perma smile on their face. I hope when I grow up I can do that someday. And a dad, and I could tell they were engaged, and I was just, first of all, I took on the energy, and I just thought like I could feel the heaviness, and I know that heaviness. I know that heaviness as a kid from the kid's side, and I know that heaviness as a parent from the parent side of watching you have to interact with your child in a way they're going to be disappointed, and it's hard. I don't know about everybody, but for me, it was always heartbreaking. So it was interesting for me to watch and take on that energy. And so one thing that came from that, when I worked on that part of it, is like, okay, I feel the intensity. I remember being the kid who couldn't get my needs met for whatever reason. Even if I was in the wrong, or if I didn't communicate it right or whatever, I just remember the feeling of it. And like it's in my cells. I could feel it like in my body from history, stuck in my cells, like, oh God, I know this so well. And when I sat with that and just asked what part of my nature is coming up to meet me in this moment of feeling that, and it was, I want to say freedom. There's another word, and it's not quite independence either, autonomy. So the greatness of autonomy. And I realize that an important thing for me is to operate in the free autonomy of my true being. There we go. So even just saying this on camera helped me articulate that right. I'm the greatness of operating in the free autonomy of my true being. So who am I really? And that's the autonomous freedom that I want expressed into the world. So number one, just witnessing that and dealing with what came up for me brought me to a new truth about myself, or a refined articulation of a truth about myself that I already knew. And then the flip side of that was, I watched them talk for a long time, and, there was some body language of minor distancing and then minor closeness, and then, disappointed faces and then listening faces and, all that stuff. What never happened? What never happened was them throwing things down and throwing their hands up and quitting on each other, or pointing fingers and accusations. I mean, again, I couldn't hear it, but I didn't see that kind of harsh body language at all. Instead, I saw, people staying with it, staying in it, staying connected. And it was just something beautiful to witness that, there was this, hard conversation happening, what looked to me like a hard conversation. And in the midst of hard conversation, there was a commitment to love and commitment to relationship and commitment to respect that was very apparent. And, to me, it spoke loudly, because it, in my world, or at least from my point of view, when there are challenging things to talk about is when loving relationship really shows up. And so the interesting piece about this is, that autonomous freedom that just showed up for me by watching and going, what welled up for me? Well, in that autonomous freedom, part of who I am and my desire for my true self to express freely and autonomously, I had a deep desire to gift them a gem of what I was witnessing, of the beautiful part of what was happening. And, it was obviously, I thought this might be really awkward. I might be walking into a very challenging conversation, and what weird timing, and I don't know these people and they don't know me, and, on and on and on. And for me, so I paused and I watched for another minute, and I thought to myself, can I say something simple? Can I say something that can be received? And it's not about me giving. Obviously it's about me giving because it's from my space, but I wasn't looking for feedback. I was looking to gift. And so what gift could be given? And I just, it was loving relationship. There was loving relationship being shown. And I did walk up. I walked up slowly. I kind of waved. They paused the conversation. And I said, look, it looks like you're having a hard conversation. I don't know the details. I can't hear you guys. This is what I want to say. I want to say that what I witnessed was a commitment to loving relationship. That you guys stuck with it, and you stayed with each other, and you listened, and you articulated what you need to articulate to each other. And I wanted you to know that. And I was almost in tears, because as I was talking, the son looked at me. He was the first reception. He was like, boom, fist bump, like receptive right away. The mom looked at me and had that like emotional face, like, oh my God. And the dad looked at me like, wow, where'd that come from? And I could just feel the depth of the moment. And, here's the deal. Why not? Why not? I get to choose how I go through my day. And I'm going to come across things in my day, and I'm going to make choices about them in my day. And I'll tell you right now, that's the kind of way I want to live my life. I want to make sure that when I see gifts being shared among people, that they get to hear about them, that they get to be appreciated, that I get to walk up and say, I accuse you of being awesome, and here's how you're awesome. So there's my daily report on the Nurtured Heart approach, and another way that it's a gift that keeps on giving, man. My day is fuller because of the experience of me learning something about myself and me connecting with other humans around something that's just plain awesome. You're plain awesome for listening to this video. Sending out the love. See you again soon. Bye.